Well, first of all, I want to say congratulations on the brand new single because we are going to play Lover on our show for the very first time in a couple of minutes. So I was wondering if you could start off by telling us a little bit about how this song came into being.
Thank you very much for interviewing me first. And the song came from life experience. So it's about saying thank you to Australia for accepting me as an immigrant and opening their arms to me and makes me feel that it is my home. It's been my home for the last, 20 years. And when I first came here, I didn't realize the word oi. They don't teach you oi in English class. So I was driving in the other side and I was walking all the time. When I cross the street, I look on the other side and I mostly get people screaming at me and saying, oi, oi, oi. So I was confused if this is an abuse or if this is compliment. Now I use it every 5 seconds. So that's how the concept of oi came. And then I moved to New York and I used to introduce myself to all the sailors I met in Fleet Week as I'm from Australia. So they never remembered my name is Cherie. They always said, the Oi girl. What is the Oi girl? So when I wrote this song, I wrote Oi, 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 Randy, Lover. So it's based on saying thank you to Australia. And it's about reminiscing about my happy memories in New York. So that's where I came from.
It's become such an iconic word in Australia. Like, if you go to a sporting event, you hear people chanting Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. But we never really think about how confusing it is to people from other countries that don't know what it means. Do you find yourself now having to explain to people what it actually means?
What surprised me, not really, because all my friends are Australian. So when we hang out together, they keep using it the whole time and I use it all the time. So when I went to New York, my friend and my partner at that time, he was Jewish face, and then they use oi too, and they said to me, that's a Jewish thing, and I said, no, that's an Australian thing. He said, for Jewish in New York, they use oi as it's a Jewish thing, and I thought, wow, I didn't know that. So in America, in New York, it's a Jewish thing. In Australia, it's an Australian thing. But as example, if I go to France or any other European country, I think a lot of people, they know I'm immediately Aussie or I lived in Australia because the moment I use it, they laugh.
Yeah.
And because I use it so much, they start using it to call me. So I become the oi girl wherever I go as a joke, and that's why I wrote the song.
Yeah. So, Cherie, your single "Down on Me" did so well. I know, especially with our listeners, they absolutely fell in love with it. Did you feel more pressure putting this track together because of the success of "Down on Me"?
Not really, because every song is different. Like this song is more happy song, and it comes out of the heart and out there to jump on the dance floor and let go and dance and just have fun. Down on Me more was about stating a message and request for equality. So it's more politic feel about it for equality. So it's a different thing. And I think you don't really try to compete with any work you did. You just do your best and hope for the best. So as I remember one time when I listened to ABBA and they said, did you know that Size the Queen is going to be a hit? And they said, no, we don't know any song is going to be a hit. And that's the same with Rihanna, because when you walk to the studio, you do your best and you hope for the best. And it's about how the people will receive it. But I know from everyone, because I was doing a small promo of the song, like a 5 second, and all my friends, they was like, we are getting addicted to this song. When are we going to hear it? When are we going to hear it? So I knew that this song hopefully going to do well, and especially in Australia, because it's my gift to Australian people. So, no, I don't think of pressure. I just think of doing the best I can. Yeah.
Now, I love in the press release it says that this song is a song that's about exploring your sexy side as well. We've lived in such doom and gloom over the last couple of years. How important do you think it is for people out there now that everything's opening back up to just let our hair down and explore our sexy sides?
I think it's very important. I think also if you look at the album, I went fully nude. Well, you can't see anything, but in my circle of friends, they all called me and they said, this is too controversial photo, too provocative. And I said, I'm not showing anything. I'm mostly covered. All that you see is legs like in a bikini. But the reason I chosen that because I was releasing everything out. I was normally quite shy, and I never really let myself go on a music video and explore my sexy side. And I remember my management, when I sent them the video, my manager, he said, are you sure? And I said, yes, I am sure. And I think, why not? Just go for it, So I think it's very important to have fun, very important to be playful and enjoy your sexuality and your sex appeal, and just push it to the max. I mean, wait until you see the next song coming out, which is called Sex. And it makes this song looks like a non-song comparing to the one coming.
Well, that was actually going to be my next question. Where to now for you musically? What have you got in store for the rest of this year?
I think the rest of this year, I believe, are going to be flooding you with non-stop with beautiful singles on different range of the spectrum. So I've got a very strong, powerful song called Daddy, which I'm going to be releasing after this. And that's completely different. That's belonged to the musical theater and my biography film that I make. And it is really, really beautiful song. It's about me talking to the spirit of my dad after he passed away. And there's another song called You Will Never Understand, which is the same theme. They are quite beautiful love song. And then you're going to have, after that, Sex coming out, and that's really pushing it extreme. And then after that, I have something called You Don't Know Me, which I'm working on the music video for the last 5 days. So hopefully we're going to be able to go one after one, which is what I do. Like, I'm working with a very good musician that I really love. Peter B is one of the musicians that worked with me on Lover. And after time working with the same person, they start understand your vision and how you think and where you want to go. And yes, we have up and down and, sometimes discussion because I'm perfectionist. But after dealing with the same people over and over, things start getting easier and I start able to communicate. So hopefully you will see that with all the new songs coming. And I apologize if some of them are very serious, but I try to release a serious song and then happy song, and serious song and then happy song. So keep the balance going on. So it's not all dramatic, but it's not all happy. It's for different type of people,
Definitely, and we can't wait to hear those and add them to the playlist here at the station as well. But are you also looking to do some shows maybe this year as well?
Well, recently I signed with Bobby Lee from West Hollywood. And Bobby Lee was managing For Not Blonde. He discovered the band and he managed them. And also he worked with quite a good number of bands. And I'm moving hopefully to West Hollywood before the year end. So that's all will be possibility because he decided to keep me as basically artist by myself. I like to have a band and I like to come and perform. I performed before by myself on the stage, but I like to push it further to have a band. And I think that's what I'm looking for, is to meet people that I could spend day and night in the studio working with them. And that's what I did when I lived in New York. I was starting in the studio at 7 o'clock in the morning and finishing by 1 o'clock at night, recording every day and writing songs and dealing with a musician. We have 2 years of lockdown that killed everything. And now we're trying to work towards that. So I think by the time I get to West Hollywood, hopefully, we'll be able, maybe in the end of the year, I have a surprise. I've been promised, I don't want to release, is to come back to Australia with a very big band, that's really big. And they're trying to, through my management, to even let me go for a 5 minute to do a duet of one of the biggest hits with them. So I will reveal that when I get signed the contract.
That will be
all on the plant. Yeah.
That will be absolutely amazing. Well, Cherie, we are going to play Lover on our show now for the very first time. So what would you like to say to everybody out there before they take a listen to this amazing track?
I would like to say thank you for all Australia for opening their arms, giving me a home. I came from a country that damaged by war, and now even when I go and visit my mom, I always talk about Australia. I want to go home. I want to go home. And she said, "You're born here." And I said, "No, Australia actually my home." And thank you for all of them for giving me this beautiful home and take me inside. So that's a gratitude song to all of them to be accepting me as one of them. And just have fun. Just enjoy the song and let go and just dance and enjoy it. And if I could create a smile on everyone's face and make them dance on their seat, that's what I wanted to achieve. So thank you.